budget to you?
Like, okay, let's say if you need something, like you need a bill paid, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
The mortgage?
Yeah, I cover that.
Okay.
Say car note.
How much
cover
is
that. I cover
$10,000?
things sort of bills, like I would be there. You know what I'm saying?
Does she have to ask?
But then is you gotta pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not finna be getting bills paid.
And
then thinking we going to Shanae.
Y'all grab your seats and hold on to your phones because I'm about to spill the most shocking tea that's ever been spilled in the history of love and hip-hop Atlanta. When I tell you this scandal has shaken the entire hip-hop community to its core, I am not exaggerating one bit. Everyone's talking about it, everyone's tweeting about it, and trust me, by the time I'm done telling you what went down, you'll understand why this is the most explosive episode we've ever witnessed. Let me set the scene for you, darling. You know Khaotic, right? That absolutely magnetic force of nature who's been keeping us glued to our screens with his wild antics and unpredictable behavior? Well, honey, he's always been like a ticking time bomb wrapped in designer clothes. But what just happened in season 12 has left absolutely everyone, and I mean everyone, completely speechless. Now, before I dive into the juiciest part, let me give you some backstory because, child, this tea needs proper context to be fully appreciated. Khaotic has always been that guy who keeps the producers' hands full and the ratings high. His temper, hotter than hot sauce on a summer day. His past relationships, more dramatic than a telenovela marathon. But somehow, he's managed to maintain this incredibly loyal following who live for his larger-than-life personality and those, did he really just do that moments. Enter Ereica Banks, a rising star in the Atlanta hip-hop scene with talent for days and ambition that could touch the stars. When these two first got together, it was like watching fireworks on the 4th of July. Beautiful, explosive, and slightly dangerous. Their chemistry? Child, it was so electric it could power the entire city of Atlanta. But let me tell you something about chemistry. Sometimes it can blow up right in your face. Their relationship has been giving us whiplash for months now. One minute they're posting loved-up pictures on Instagram, looking like they're auditioning for a romance movie poster, and the next minute they're having the kind of arguments that make the security guards earn their overtime pay. Khaotic, being chaotic, would come in hot with his impulsive decisions and that famous temper of his, while Ereica, bless her heart, tried to keep things grounded with her no-nonsense approach to life. Now, everyone in their circle, and by everyone I mean literally everyone who's anyone in Atlanta, thought they were finally getting their act together. They were working on building something real, something that could last longer than a trending topic on Twitter. Ereica had been talking about how Khaotic was showing signs of growth, and Khaotic had been telling anyone who would listen that Ereica was different from his past relationships. But honey, let me tell you about what happened next, because this is where things went from regular reality TV drama to something that had the whole production team clutching their pearls. What started as your typical couple's disagreement, you know, the kind that usually ends with someone sleeping on the couch, turned into something that none of us saw coming. Picture this scene and trust me, I wish I was making this up. Khaotic, already worked up about something. Sources say it was about a text message, but chilly, that's a whole other story. Getting more and more agitated by the second. His face is getting redder than a tomato. His designer shirt is all wrinkled from gesturing. And poor Ereica, trying to be the voice of reason, is attempting to calm him down like she's trying to tame a hurricane with a paper fan. The tension in that room? You could cut it with a plastic knife from the craft services table. Everyone could see this situation was about to go left, but nobody, and I mean nobody, was prepared for just how far left it would go. Words were flying back and forth like bullets. Voices were raised higher than church choir sopranos. And then, bam! In a moment that will go down in reality TV infamy, Khaotic actually put his hands on Ereica. Let me pause right here because I need you to understand the gravity of what happened. This wasn't just some playful push or dramatic gesture. Khaotic straight up slapped Ereica across her face. The cameras caught everything in 4K Ultra HD, honey. The sound of that slap echoed through the studio like a thunderclap, and everything after that happened in slow motion. Ereica stumbled backward, her hand flying to her cheek, her eyes wide with disbelief. The look on her face? Child, it was the kind of shock that makes your heart stop. The room went so quiet you could hear a bobby pin drop. Khaotic stood there, his hands still raised, looking like he couldn't believe what he'd just done either. But honey, the damage was already done. and there was no taking it back. What happened next showed everyone exactly what Ereica Banks is made of. With tears in her eyes but steel in her spine, she did what needed to be done. She called the police. Now, let me tell you something about making that call when you're a public figure. It takes more courage than walking into a snake pit in stilettos. Her voice was shaking like a leaf in a storm as she explained what happened, but she stood her ground and did what needed to be done. The news spread through social media faster than gossip at a beauty salon. Within minutes, a Khaotic assault was trending, and everyone from fellow cast members to fans to industry heavyweights was weighing in. Khaotic, who used to have the internet eating out of the palm of his hand, suddenly found himself at the center of a very different kind of attention. His world, which had been built on charm and bravado, came crashing down faster than a house of cards in a tornado.
What's a realistic budget to you?
Like, okay, let's say if you need something, like you need a bill paid, something like that. I got you.
The mortgage?
Yeah, I cover that.
Okay.
Say car note, I cover that. I cover things sort of bills, like I would be there, you know what I'm saying?
Does she have to ask?
But then is you gotta pick a side, because you're not gonna be getting bills paid.
And
then thinking we going to Shanae.
Now, let me tell you about the aftermath, because Chile, this is where things get even more intense. While Khaotic was being introduced to the inside of a police car, and not for a music video shoot, Ereica was left to deal with the kind of pain that makeup can't cover and money can't fix. This woman, who had dreams bigger than Tyler Perry's studio complex, found herself having to process her trauma with the whole world watching and commenting. But let me tell you something about our girl Ereica. When I say she showed up and showed out, I mean she showed up and showed out. Instead of hiding away, which nobody would have blamed her for, she decided to use her voice in a way that had everyone's notifications going crazy. She went live on social media, sat down with that perfect lighting we all wish we had, and spoke her truth with the kind of strength that had everyone's respect meters going through the roof. "No one deserves to be treated like that," she said. And baby, the way she said it wasn't just words, it was a whole movement. Her voice might have had a slight tremor, but her message was as solid as a diamond. She spoke about the impact of the assault, not just the physical pain, which was bad enough, but the emotional scars that run deeper than any surface wound. The support came pouring in like rain during a Georgia storm. Her followers multiplied faster than rabbits, with women and men from all over sharing their own stories and standing in solidarity. Ereica didn't just become a victim, she became a voice for so many who had been silenced. Meanwhile, the Love and Hip Hop cast, Chile, they split faster than a banana in a sundae shop. Some cast members were posting novels on Instagram supporting Ereica, sharing those women supporting women quotes and calling for justice. Others were doing more flip-flops than a politician during election season, trying to stay neutral while also staying relevant. And then there were those who tried to defend Khaotic. Baby, their mentions were more hostile than a wasp nest at a picnic. Speaking of Khaotic, our former bad boy found himself trading in his designer fits for something a little more institutional. Sitting in that cell, sources say he's been doing more reflecting than a mirror factory. The man who used to live for the spotlight now finds himself in a very different kind of spotlight. One that's harsh, unforgiving, and comes with consequences that no amount of smooth talking can charm away. Behind those bars, we hear Khaotic's been having some serious come-to-Jesus moments. The gravity of what he's done has finally hit him harder than a stack of platinum records. He's expressing deep regret, talking about anger management and promising to change. But honey, those promises are about as late as a New Year's resolution in December. Ereica, meanwhile, is showing us all what resilience looks like in Louboutins. She's not just surviving, she's restructuring her entire life. Her career, which some worried might take a hit from all this drama, is actually soaring higher than a private jet. She's channeling her pain into her music. And let me tell you, the snippets we've heard, they're going to set the charts on fire. But the healing process? That's a whole other story. Sources close to Ereica say she's not even thinking about forgiveness right now. She's focused on healing, on rebuilding, on showing other women that your worth isn't determined by someone else's inability to control their anger. She's in therapy. We love a queen who prioritizes mental health. She's got a strong support system, and she's taking things one day at a time. The future of both these stars hangs in the balance like a chandelier in an earthquake. Will Khaotic's career survive this? Can he come back from something this serious? Will Ereica ever be able to trust again? These questions are bouncing around the industry like a basketball in the playoffs, and nobody has the answers yet. One thing's for certain. This episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has changed the game forever. It's not just about ratings anymore. It's about real consequences, real pain, and real change. The show will go on because, honey, that's showbiz. But for Khaotic and Ereica, nothing will ever be the same. As this chapter in their lives continues to unfold, one thing remains crystal clear. The choices we make in moments of anger can have consequences that last longer than a Georgia summer. For everyone involved in this situation, the road ahead is longer than Interstate 85, and only time will tell where it leads.